What's going on, you guys? What is going on? What is going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here to talk about Reality Check inside of America's Next Top Model. It's a Netflix original, and this is episode 2. I think it has 3 parts to it, so we got one more part after this, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this because on Mondays I do Married to Medicine like at 6:30 and shit like that, and then go into the panel at 8:30 with everybody else. But I'm trying to see how I'm gonna do this. And if I give me some decent rest tonight, I think once I get home from work, I could easily go home, watch this, do this live, then go into Married to Medicine, and then be done with it like that. Because I don't want to be too far behind because I feel like I'm already kind of far behind anyway. But anyways, I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing, you guys. What's going on? Now, the last review that I did on this, it is halfway to 2,000 viewers, and I really appreciate you guys tuning into this. I wasn't really expecting a lot from this, from these reviews on this, but especially being that I was running late with the review. But y'all know I gotta make a way because February is starting to be, well, March is really going to kick off the actual packed out schedule for me. As I told you guys before, Love and Marriage Huntsville returns. So this week is the second week of the reunion for Potomac, and then after that will be the last week of Potomac. So that means I lose Sunday for a little while. So I won't have anything for Sunday, but probably Married to Medicine. I'll probably just put Married to Medicine on Sundays. And then Monday we got the panel for the next 2 weeks. Tuesday we got Love and Hip Hop. Wednesday we got Roaster Review and the Chasing panel. Thursday is up in the air. Then on Fridays, we got Bill Collective. And on Saturdays, we will have Love and Marriage Huntsville. So that's what the schedule is looking like right about now. As we and because of that, I'm gonna figure out ways to put in my music content while this is going on. So no worries, we're gonna find some way to get that stuff plugged in some kind of way and things like that. So yes, Scotty by Nature TV, we're at a road of okay, what's next? What we gonna do now? How are we gonna pivot this year? How are we gonna make that pivot happen? So that's what I'm in the guise of right now, because reality TV and gossip is mainly the biggest part of this channel, but we got to put that music up in there, and we got to figure out how we're gonna put it in there with all of these shows coming back. But I'm gonna figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out right now as we speak. Might have to do more live panels with the subscribers and stuff like that, especially when like big things happen. I'm thinking about bringing that back. I really don't be having the patience to deal with it sometimes, but I'm like, what? I keep on talking about engagement and interaction, and what's the best way to do that by putting a panel together and letting the people come up and just speak their piece, speak their mind, talk about it, because that's what I used to do anyway. So why not bring that back and try to figure out a way to put that together? You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just thinking about I just been spending out this time thinking of a lot of things to do, because those lit live chats that I used to have a couple of years ago used to be lit for real. Sometimes them panels will have 1,000 people watching, like literally, like it'll be a live with like 1,000 people like watching live back then. That was lit though, for real, for real. That was lit. Sometimes I'll go back and listen to them sometime, so they used to be fun. So hopefully, when I do decide to open that back up again, then we can go back to having fun like that and just have more engagement and doing things like that. But however, we're about to go into the 5-minute mark. Before I ask you guys to light up the chat with the flames, let me take notice of my moderators that are here. I see Payne, I see Feisty, I see Kimmy, and I see Norris, and I see Harold. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the America's Next Top Model documentary. We got 39 people up in here so far, but you guys already know that the goal all the time is to hit 100 plus with every single live that we do. That is the plan. But if we don't, it's really okay. So let's go ahead and get into what we here to discuss, y'all. Let me pull out my notes real quick, okay? So let's talk about it now. last week, it ended with um it ended with what happened with Shandy. That's where it ended with. It ended with Shandy, right? And like I said before, I remember that episode because I was watching America's Next Top Model heavily during the ninth grade year, my freshman year in high school. I was definitely watching America's Next Top Model down. Like every time that show would come on, the very next day at school, baby, I'd be in ROTC talking to my homegirls about, like, girl, did you watch that? Bitch, did you? Girl, like every single week. It was just like Love and Hip Hop, but the difference is Love and Hip Hop was a show that came on when I was like a young adult, okay? But however, um this was like my teenage show. So, it is what it is. But however, Shandy details the night where she had sex with those male models and Milan, and how it didn't feel like she was having sex, but it was sex. And production filmed that shit all the way through. They didn't try to stop nothing. They didn't try to tell her nothing. They didn't try to say, okay, this is enough. Let's put these cameras away. Let's not exploit her like this. Let's not do this. Let's not do that. It was more so of, okay, this is great for TV. Like, she's gonna have to tell her boyfriend that she came out here to Milan for a photo shoot and she didn't came out here and fucked this man. So that's what that was in so many words, right? And the question is like, okay, was production wrong for the way that this was handled? Because, that's the question that is going to be asked by everybody. Because people are going to say, well, this is reality TV. And you signed your life away when you signed that dotted line, and everything you do is a part of a reality show, and it's all about reality. So if you cheated on your man, and that's a part of your reality, and they got to film it and all this other stuff. So production pretty much did what they were supposed to do, right? That's what some people would say. But for me, I can only speak for Scotty. For me, I personally believe that was a bit much. And I feel like they were wrong. And I think that with production for reality TV, as we know it, they can be a tad bit exploitive sometimes. They can be that. But in my mind, I honestly think that in the same breath, though, I feel like they really don't give a fuck about the way that people are viewed. And Shandy wasn't even really like grown like that. If I'm not mistaken, I don't even think she was grown at all. I don't even think she was legal to be drinking, if I'm not mistaken. And if she wasn't legal to drink, why y'all allowing that to happen on TV anyway? Then she ain't ate nothing all day. Then you got her fucking up, drinking, getting fucked up. Like, drinking on an empty stomach is already bad enough. So if I'm not mistaken, she was under 21. So how are y'all on this show allowing her to do that? How are y'all allowing her to literally do that shit? That's the part that I don't get. And that's the part that I don't really understand. And the fact that producers are sitting there like, well, it's good for TV. It's good for TV. So y'all ain't got no soul. Like, y'all ain't got no soul, and it's all about ratings, and it's all about TV, and it's all about this, and it's all about that, and y'all don't find any responsibility in the way that y'all are portraying and producing these people on this show. Like, y'all really believe that it was okay for a 19-year-old girl to sit up here, drink, and fuck on camera and think that that's not going to fuck up her self-esteem or her mental health or anything like that. Mainly because her mental health wasn't any type of concern to anybody that was involved in this goddamn show. That is the reason why. And I feel like from Ken to damn Tyra and to the damn president of the UPN. None of them give a fuck about none of them girls on that show. And this motherfucking documentary absolutely showed me that. They don't care. They didn't give a fuck. They didn't give a damn about what was going on with them girls on that show because all they wanted was a good show. And they know that controversy, fucking alcohol, shocking moments that we probably wouldn't even be able to see is the thing that it's the thing that's going to, you know, capture the audience and make them want to watch. But at what fucking cost, though? At what cost is that okay? Like, is there any extremes? Is there any limitations? Obviously, it's not. So that's why, to me, when I hear people say that they don't see what the fuck Tyra did that was so wrong, it makes me wonder what the fuck is your moral fiber, bitch? Because she was absolutely and positively wrong for a lot of the shit that she allowed to happen. Yes, it's a production. Yes, it's more than her in it. But is there any way that Tyra could have fucking came in and said, okay, y'all, this is too much? Or okay, y'all, we're not gonna air this. Or okay, y'all, it's not going to work. Like, this gonna look bad. It's not whatever. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that was fucked up. And I felt bad for Shandy even back then. Even as a 15-year-old kid, I felt bad for Shandy even back then. Because even watching it, I'm like, I don't know what I would do if I was having sex on reality TV. That's a lot. You know, imagine your family, your friends watching this, and then you're getting judged by everybody. And like I said, luckily, it wasn't much of social media back then, because this was 2004. So it really wasn't no social media back then. Like, it was still like chat rooms and probably message boards and stuff like that. And that wasn't that effective. It was effective, but not as much as a Twitter is or something like that. But it was still like people could really sit there, make accounts on message boards and rip you to shreds for some of the shit that you did. And I can only imagine how Shandy felt when it happened. So then, after all of that shit went down, Tyra strategically walks up to the girls and starts having a conversation about cheating on your mate right in front of Shandy. You can't tell me that production didn't have nothing to do with that conversation. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that producers was watching them tapes back. They told Tyra, hey girl, you know Shandy was out here fucking in Milan. You know that, right? So she cheated on her man. Let's have a conversation with the girls about cheating on her man and see if she'll admit that she fucked over her man in front of you. And that's exactly what Shandy did. And she was basically saying that, you know, she's not going to judge Shandy for what she did because people are human and things like that. But was it really cheating though? Because I don't really believe that this is cheating. I really feel like she got fucked up and she got taken advantage of. And it was all captured on TV. And the narrative that they wanted to use is that she was a drunken slut who fucked and cheated on her boyfriend. Not to say that she got drunk, these guys knew she got drunk, and they took advantage of her. Because that's what I feel like it was. I feel like they took advantage of that girl. She wasn't in her right mind. She wasn't thinking clearly and correctly. She was just drunk, fucked up. Me personally, I wouldn't want to fuck nobody that's drunk and fucked up like that. I wouldn't even want to. But I do think that she was taken advantage of, and they sat there and they put that whole narrative out there that she fucked them and cheated on her man. But also, they did invite those guys to the house. And when I say they, the powers that be, they were the ones that did that. They were the ones that invited those men to the house. They were the ones that had the alcohol ready. They set that up for a moment like that to happen. And as much as we love some reality TV, because that's what this channel was built off of, we do know that production can come in and slice and dice your ass mentally and trick your ass into situations that you would probably not even be in if it wasn't for those cameras being there. Production can do that, and that's exactly what the fuck they did to Shandy. That's exactly what they did. They fooled that girl into thinking that she cheated when all in all she was taken advantage of. And for Tyra to come to that girl and say some shit like, oh my God, we're going to talk about cheating after this girl said she wanted to die. Do y'all even give a fuck about these girls and their well-being and their mental health? If a girl just sat up here and told me that she wanted to die after that moment, you think I'm finna walk up to her and talk about some motherfucking cheating? No, what I'm gonna sit there and talk to her about is her mental health and ask her if she's so fucking K. I'm not gonna sit up here and talk about cheating. Who gives a fuck about a man right now? It's about her saying she wanna die. That should have been sounding off alarms for everybody involved if she didn't sit up here and told y'all that she wanna die. Because that would have been more important to me than sitting up here talking to her about cheating and all this other shit. You feel what I'm saying? But in the same breath, why didn't they take out the motion to, you know, edit that shit out? Because in today's society, they never would have aired that. They never would have aired that. I know that people give Mona the blues, but Mona wouldn't have even aired that. And it's a lot of shit that Mona would go for, but I don't think Mona would have went for that. I promise you, Mona wouldn't have went for that. In the least bit, she wouldn't have went for that. No matter what they think about Mona, she wouldn't have went for that. So at the end of the day, no. So then Shandy said that she wanted to go home after the incident. She wanted to go home. She was embarrassed. She felt low about herself, and she wanted to go the fuck home. And Scotty by Nature TV does not blame her for that. Don't. Scotty by Nature TV does not blame her for wanting to go home. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing, and it's taking a toll on her mental health. Of course she wants to go home. The fuck? Why wouldn't she want to go home, bitch? You feel what I'm saying? And why wouldn't y'all let her go the fuck home? Oh, I know why. Because y'all don't give a damn. Y'all can care less about that girl and how she feels about any goddamn thing. Y'all don't give a fuck. She just gave y'all the biggest moments in America's Next Top Model history. The biggest moment, which was her biggest embarrassment. And she got to live with that for the rest of her life because that shit gonna always be seen on social media. Clips gonna always be passed around. We always gonna see that shit. A humiliating moment that made you bitches a whole lot of money. And I bet them girls didn't get as much money as fucking Tyra. I bet they probably didn't get as much money as fucking Ken. They probably didn't get as much money as fucking Janice with her ugly ass, Jay or Miss J. I bet you they did. They probably got pennies. Okay? I'm sure they got pennies. Get the fuck out my face. Not to mention, y'all made her call her man and tell him that she cheated on him and recorded it and had to sit there and listen. We had to sit there as an audience and watch her cry, hyperventilate while telling this man that she cheated on him. She's on the phone. I did something. It was probably the worst thing I could have ever done. Oh, Shandy, what did you do? It was probably the worst thing that I could have done, and I'm so sorry. You had sex? Yes. Oh my God. What do you want me to do with that, Shandy? What do you want me to do with that? You are such a stupid fucking slut, bitch. Like, oh, this shit. We got to sit there and listen to that. It's not humiliating enough that y'all recorded her getting taken advantage of because she didn't cheat on that man, in my opinion. You sat there and recorded her being taken advantage of, and now you want to sit up here and record her getting her ass chewed out by her man who has no earthly idea of what really happened. And y'all did that to cover y'all own ass, because what y'all did was y'all recorded somebody getting taken advantage of, And then you also recorded somebody having to call their man and tell them they cheated because that's what you told them to say. And how the fuck do you guys sleep at night by doing that to somebody? How do you sleep? How do you sleep? I get it. It's reality TV. It's a part of the job to be humiliated and things like that. But where does it have a limit? And I'm glad that there's documentaries like this that kind of explains things like this. Because to me, it's like this. How do you live with yourself? Then you didn't want to give her no phone. She want to leave, you won't let her leave. Then you don't want her to have no phone. Like, what type of shit is that? Like, what type of slave ship are we running? And Tyra, bitch, you wrong for that. Tyra, bitch, you dead ass wrong, girl. You dead ass wrong. You dead ass wrong, honey. You ain't gonna get no moment's peace like that. And if you think you are, I don't really think you even getting a moment's peace right about now. You just up here acting like you getting a moment's peace, but baby, you ain't getting no moment's peace, honey. I know you not, and you shouldn't get a moment's peace. The fuck? You shouldn't. Cause that was fucked up. I think Shandy was one of the ones that was done the absolute worst, like for real. Like the absolute worst. She was done wrong. Cause what the fuck? But like I said, Tyra, bitch. Okay. Hey, Chandrika, how you been, girl? But what really got me was when Tyra and Ken, bitch, they sat there and they tried to defend that edit. They tried to defend that shit. How on earth do you defend that shit? How do you defend that? You bitches ain't got no heart. You bitches ain't got no mind. You bitches don't give a fuck. Cause that's what's really the truth tea of the motherfucking matter. Like, y'all don't care about what happens to these people. All the fuck y'all care about is getting the check and taking it to Wells Fargo and getting the cash. That's all the fuck y'all care about. Y'all don't give a fuck about that girl. Cause if you did, you wouldn't be sitting up here defending this damn edit. Oh, it's reality TV. No regret, no remorse, no nothing. Tyra with that 99 nose. Like, get the fuck out my face. And Ken, bitch, you look like a slime ball. Fuck both of you motherfuckers, honestly. Y'all wrong for that. Then Tyra, when they asked her, did she remember it? She's like, I remember it. I don't remember everything, but girl, you remember it. You motherfucker remember it. You know what happened. Don't try to play with me, girl. You know what happened. You are well aware of what the fuck happened. You know what happened. Stop playing. You know what happened. You know what happened. Why we playing like we don't know that? Why we playing like we don't know what the fuck happened? The fuck? Ooh, Tyra, bitch. So then we talk about how the show started coming on in 80 different countries. There was like Africa's Next Top Model, Germany's Next Top Model, Australia's Next Top Model, the North Pole's Next Top Model, the South Pole's Next Top Model, Antarctica's Next Top Model, South America's Next Top. It was all types of top models, okay? All kinds, okay? All kinds. And it was a phenomenon, something like a phenomenon. And they had pressures of the fans wanting more because they felt like, okay, it can't be the same. So every season we got to come with something different, like different photo shoots, different this, different that. And the fans want more from us, so we got to give them more. And the UPN rep was like, we had to make sure that we get more because good television is good television. That little bitch said that bitch sat there and she said that she doesn't regret anything that happened on this show because good television is good television. So you mean to tell me good television is somebody getting SA'd on national TV and y'all frame it as she cheated on her nigga? That's good television to y'all? That's not problematic to y'all? It's not? Something wrong with y'all. Something wrong with y'all. I promise you, something wrong with y'all. Like, that's like, for real though, y'all, that's crazy. Like, seriously though, y'all don't leave me out on a limb and make me feel like I'm crazy, because you know I'm not. Y'all know that shit wrong, bro. Y'all know it wrong now. So then we get into Danny. Now, this is one of the parts that really pissed me off. The Danny part. Now, Danny came from Little Rock, Arkansas. She grew up in the house with roaches and rats. And she wanted to, her brother, she said she always wanted to be a model. And her brother told her to go try out for America's Next Top Model. And she was very skeptical and apprehensive about the idea of her trying out for America's Next Top Model, because she said out of her own mouth that these girls get humiliated and they downgrade these girls every time, every season. So why would she want to do it? But her brother convinced her to do it and said, if you go on this show, that means you're going to get a way out of Little Rock. And that is the thing that happens when you're from a small southern town like myself. Sometimes you feel like you got to do whatever you can to get the fuck out, because that's what everybody want to do. They want to get out. They want to make something of themselves. And her brother felt like, if you make it on this show, bitch, you made it. Like, you finna get the fuck on up out of here and you finna make it. So when she joined the show, she felt like she got out. So the issue with Danny was her signature gap. And Danny was happy with her gap. She felt like her imperfection made her who she was. She never wanted to close her gap. That's what they wanted. They felt like her as a model should not have a gap. It needs to be closed. But she was never insecure about her gap. So she wanted to keep it, but it was kind of like they didn't want her to keep it. But then Johnny had a snaggletooth, which she was very insecure about. So she was ready for to go to the dentist and get that shit together. But then Danny got her gap closed after being pressured into getting her gap closed. But then later on down the line in later seasons, another girl got her gap widened. And I'm like, what the you mean to tell me you made Tyra, bitch, you sat there and you made a big deal about this girl, Danny, having a small gap, only for you to bring another girl on this show and say, we're going to widen your gap. We're going to make your gap bigger because it's a beauty mark. We're going to make it bigger. We're going to widen it. So you're going to tell somebody to close their gap and then turn around and tell somebody to widen it. What type of shit is that? That was the most ridiculous shit I had ever heard in my motherfucking life. Are you for real? Then y'all snatching teeth out of Joni's mouth, going through an excruciating couple of hours of getting her teeth done. And they sitting there feeling like they're doing this because this is the pain that you got to go through in order to be beautiful. No, the fuck it's not. No, it's not. If you're happy with the way you are, there's nothing you need to do to yourself. Now, for me, I got my teeth done. Okay? I got my teeth done because I wasn't happy with my motherfucking teeth. So I went, used my dental insurance, and got my motherfucking teeth done. Okay? I ain't go to Columbia. I ain't go to no fake ass veneer tech. I went to my goddamn dentist and got my teeth done the right goddamn way. And I pay for it every motherfucking week out of my check. Okay? So I went and got my teeth done because they need to be done. Hell, they fucked up. They need to be done. Okay? And my thing is, I just can't get over that. You made Danny close her gap, but allowed another girl to widen her gap. And then Joni mouth got fucked up. So it's just like, since her mouth got fucked up, did y'all do anything? Did y'all do anything? So it's kind of like, what the fuck? Like what we talking about? Like what we doing? You mean to tell me that was okay? That wasn't problematic? Nobody sees anything wrong with that shit. No, it's everything wrong with that. Like, Tyra, girl, you should, like, as a person that's supposed to be a mentor and an OG to some of these women, you should have been that person that was giving them that advice and giving them that space to really feel like they could do something. And you didn't do that. You shitted on the motherfucking girls. That's what you did. And you made them feel less than. Whether people want to admit that shit or not, you made them feel less than. Like, what type of shit is that? You know what I mean? You took Joni to a goddamn dentist to fix her snaggletooth, and it didn't even get fixed. Now she got something that can't even be fixed because of you motherfuckers. Get somebody playing in her mouth. Yeah, this part is the part that I just really couldn't get with, because it's just like, girl, really? Made a big fuss out of Danny and her teeth, but let some white girl come on and let her teeth be wide as all outside. It ain't, if I can remember correctly, when they was doing like this, like they was doing like this mock CoverGirl commercial or something like that, if I'm not mistaken, they were criticizing Danny about the way she talked, like about her southern accent, because as you know, she is from Arkansas, Mississippi, right next door. So they had an issue with the way that she did the commercial or whatever. I wonder if there's a clip of that online, because they was talking about her badly about that, about the CoverGirl commercial. I think that's what it was. They had an issue with that, like they were talking about her accent and stuff like that, and want her to be more, just criticize that. And I just feel like, girl, she from the South. That's how the fuck we talk. Are you asking New York people to change the way they fucking speak, or what? Because every time it come down to a Southern person, we gotta watch the way we speak, and we need to change our goddamn accent. Bitch, accept us for who the fuck we are. Yeah, just like y'all accept everybody else. Why we gotta tone down our goddamn accent to fit whatever is working for y'all motherfuckers? Fuck y'all. I can't talk the way I can, the way I want to. I can't come the way I'm supposed to come. Like what we talking about here? I mean, I'm just saying though. Because her accent really wasn't that bad, to be quite honest. Her accent really wasn't that bad. It just wasn't that bad at all. Like what we talking about? What we doing? Because one thing about it, I was just having this conversation with Nikki over the phone, because we were talking about the goddamn show. And the thing was, I had told Nikki, I said, I probably wouldn't have made it on that goddamn show, because I'm not toning down my damn accent for nobody. Like, I used to try to do that, like when I'm on the phone with people or talking to somebody important. I ain't finna do shit. I'm finna speak the way I want to, and that is the way I come. I'm from Mississippi. That's just the way I talk. And even living here in Atlanta, people hear me talking, they say, you must not be from here. Although I feel like Atlanta people got country accents just like me. But people like myself, I'm from Mississippi. I'm from Mississippi. So it is what it is. And they're like, oh, I can tell you from Mississippi. You don't sound like us here in Atlanta. In my opinion, I don't really sound that different from y'all, but okay. I'm just saying, I don't really sound that different from y'all. Mississippi accents and Memphis accents are not that different either, because they're literally right there. And we say some of the same shit that Memphis people say. So it's just like, that's why I like Glorilla so much. And that's why I can actually, relate, because we kind of sound alike. It's just that she sounds a little bit more faster than me. And sometimes it's hard to tell what she's saying, because she talk real fast and she got that accent. But I got an accent, but it's kind of slow. I kind of drag my words a little bit. I don't know. But that's just what I think. I don't know. But I didn't like how they were trying to go in on her about the way she spoke. I wish we saw that part in there. Thank you, Cheryl, for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you, girl. Okay. Let me see. Then they started talking about how the girls was putting their health on the back burner. They wouldn't eat sometimes. They'll fall out in the pool and they, get hypothermia and shit like that in the pool for a photo shoot. Like they really weren't taking care of themselves, like at all. And nobody thought that was weird. Like nobody thought to be like, yeah, we doing a little bit too much here. So you mean to tell me that you put these girls through all this shit for no reason? It's like y'all humiliating them and y'all making them sick. Like literally making them sick. You feel what I'm saying? So it's weird to me. I don't like that, y'all. I don't know if it's a matter of it triggering me, but I find it to be kind of ridiculous that these girls was put through this shit only for their lives to be ruined after the fact. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of them were never the same after these shows. Like a lot of them wasn't. And that's unfortunate because all they wanted to do was, be a model. And that shit didn't happen, which is unfortunate. So it's kind of it sucks that that's the place that they're at. You feel what I'm saying? So, I don't know. So I think her name was Dion. Her mother went through GUN violence and she was paralyzed. And the production team knew that. However, although they knew about her trauma, her life, the things that happened to her mama and why her mama was paralyzed, they still forced her to do a photo shoot about being shot. First of all, the whole photo shoot celebrating violence was just weird anyway. But out of all people that was on that show, you asked Dion to do that photo shoot about gun violence when her mother is paralyzed because of that. And you didn't think that was traumatic, and you didn't think that would be a trigger, or you just didn't give a. You feel what I'm saying? It's too many things that happen on that show that I would have just said hell no to. Y'all just gonna kick me the fuck off because I ain't doing it. And now Ken gonna say now, well, I thought about it now and maybe that was a bit much. Maybe it was a bit much. So you didn't think it was a bit much back then? I get it. You trying to make this show better and push the envelope like The Amazing Race and all that other shit. You trying to push the envelope. And that's okay. But bitch, make it make sense. Ken, bitch. Like, the fuck? Just degrading. You feel what I'm saying? Like just fucking degrading. Like it's just crazy to me. Then Jay Manuel ass come up here and he brings up the photo shoot about race swapping. Y'all really thought that was okay? Race swapping? You thought that was a good photo shoot? Did you? You really thought that was okay? You did? Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. How stupid. That was stupid as fuck. Weirdo. Y'all some fucking weirdos, bro. Weirdos. Um, so then we meet Kenya. They were making her out to be some fatso. And I was just having a big problem with that. Because what was fat about her? She wasn't even chunky. Maybe a little bloated because she was eating. But she wasn't really fat. And she wasn't chunky. And I just felt like that was like completely ridiculous and fucking weird. And that's the narrative that y'all chose to put on her throughout the show. And I can only imagine how she felt watching this shit back and seeing how they played her. You feel what I'm saying? Like they seeing how they play her, and it's kind of crazy. But then Tyra is fat shaming Kenya, but on her motherfucking talk show, she's denouncing fat shaming. But girl, you fat shame some of the girls on America's Next Top Model. But you think that people are forgetting that? We would never forget it, dummy. We would never forget it, idiot. We won't forget it. Like what are you talking about? Let's be for real. Whitney was self-conscious due to the constant complaints about her weight. And they made her feel like she was just some fat bitch that just couldn't get it right. I mean, that might be the worst wording that I could choose, but that's exactly what they did. They made her out to be some fat bitch that just couldn't get her weight right. She couldn't do anything right. She was just a complete fat ass bitch. Like, that's just the way that's just what they did to her. And that's just how they made her feel and look, like a fat ass bitch. Like, that's it. And of course she was self-conscious. I would have been self-conscious. Who wouldn't have been? We got to be for real here. But the part that really gets me, especially since that episode of The Scene came out Thursday, and I had to talk about my experience. Kenya was on a set taking a photo shoot, and one of these male models were aggressively flirting with her, and she immediately felt uncomfortable. And it's like he wouldn't have took no for an answer if he really tried. And then they made her a fucking elephant, which is fucking ridiculous. But when she told them that the dude was touching her and she was uncomfortable, these punk ass niggas, Jay and that other dude, rolled their eyes and acted like what she said wasn't a big deal and that the bitch was just complaining. Are you bitches fucking stupid? She was uncomfortable, bitch. She's telling you that she's being assaulted right in front of y'all, and y'all don't give a fuck. Y'all looking at her like, oh my God, how dare she stop the production? We're trying to get this photo shoot done. We're trying to do this. Fuck your photo shoot when I'm fucking uncomfortable by this damn man who won't leave me the fuck alone. He been flirting with me all day. I've been curbing this nigga and he won't leave it alone. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bitch? And y'all got the nerve to feel some kind of way about me saying something? Fuck y'all. Now I gotta sit here and be uncomfortable because that's the only way we're gonna get through this shoot. Manuel, you, ooh. That like that shit killed the fuck. Like that shit killed me. But It just reminds me of how, just reminding me of how this shit goes. Women are never heard when it's dealing with that type of stuff. Like when a woman says I'm uncomfortable, when a woman says I'm assaulted by this man, when a woman says that this man is making me uncomfortable, they're not listening. Then when she come out and say something about it, then they want to make it seem like it wasn't no big deal. It was a big fucking deal. Are you fucking for real? Are you kidding me? Or are you just fucking stupid? It gotta be something. He was too touchy-feely. Like too much touch me, tease me and shit. Like what the fuck you talking about? And of course, she felt like she wasn't protected by production or anything like that. And to be quite honest, she wasn't protected by production. Because production didn't give a fuck about her. No, she wasn't protected by them. She should have been, but she wasn't. And they made her out to be the problem. They made her the fucking issue. She was wrong for setting a boundary for a nigga not to touch her. Then not only was he touching her inappropriately, but he was grinding on her like he Adina Howard. Fuck out of here. Then you moaning in her ear and stuff when she's there to do a job. And y'all don't think nothing is wrong with that. Y'all ain't gonna try to stop that. Like y'all don't see any fucking thing wrong with that. Something wrong with you motherfuckers. Because how the fuck you think that's okay? It ain't. It's not. And Tyra gonna say some shit like, because I don't more believe shit she say, because she said she apologizes and she felt like Kenya deserved better. Now you see that she deserved better. Yeah, she did deserve better. And to be honest, what you deserved was a good cussing out for real. By this point, the show had become too much. Jay really wasn't here for some of the things that was going on. And he decided that he wanted to leave the show. And then that's when it went off. Let me tell y'all. The more I watch this shit, the more irritated I become. And let me tell y'all, I know y'all, some of y'all can't stand it when I yell and holler and scream in these videos. But baby, this shit is triggering as fuck. This shit is triggering. And I don't know how anybody can get through this shit and not feel triggered by none of this stuff. Especially if you're a woman. It's crazy and ridiculous how those girls were not protected. Yeah. The things you watch on TV and you don't even know what's really going on behind the scenes. But that was my thought process on episode 2. We got one more episode to get to. And I'm trying to have it done by tomorrow. I'm really trying to have episode 3 done tomorrow. Let's see how everything goes tonight after Potomac, because I really need to get a good night's rest in order for me to do that. Okay. So with that being said, y'all, before we go, be sure to tune in to the Scene ATL every Thursday on Stylish TV Network. Be sure to pick up my book, That's Why You're Lonely, is now available on Amazon and Kindle Books. And that's about it. So with that being said, this was your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, I am out of here, and I will see you guys for Potomac. And I'll talk to you later.
Get that 20, yeah, you always been a sneaky bitch, hating from the sidelines, trying to get picked, yeah. You don't found one, yeah, you don't found one. You don't found one, found you a real one. On my assets lately, you catching face shots, fire catching babies. Heavy on the highs, better get you some gravy. Cut that lady check, why you out here being lazy? I got bored with that season, I'm talking shit when I'm spitting. Fact the bitch, I'm the reason, when it got you hoes heated. Snow got them hoes sneezing, got the meals you not eating. Where had them hoes leaking, God trust when I'm speaking. It's giving.
Big bands gon' make it hot. Real niggas gonna come up. Don't let the game gon' change us. Real niggas in my circle, ho. Don't ever play us. This the real hustle. We make the money, don't make it make us. They ain't bout shit.
Talking out they neck.
Bitch, we bring the heat.
Every time we step.
You fucking with a beast.
Fucking with the best.
Get money money on the east,
plug on the west.
bitch, I'm from the north,
But we run this out.
bitch, we outside.
Fuck you talking about?
Who the fuck is me?
Know who the fuck is you?